As always, we'll take a look at the options first, and then we're going to talk about the mortal sin committed by this game. Alright, background music, sound effects. I notice there's nothing for VO in there. Get ready for the beep 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 sound effects for text. Yeah, actually, in preparation for that, I'm going to lower the sound effects a little bit right now. Alright. Cutscene subtitles, consultation. No actual explanation of what that is. Screen shaking. I just know you can turn that on or off. So here's what's missing. This is an incredibly text-heavy game. There are no text speed options. Now it says text skip, but what that really means is that you can press a button to cause it to show the remainder of the line immediately. Now, let's talk about user experience for a moment and the click count. For any given action, you want to minimize the number of clicks necessary to accomplish that action. Generally speaking, I'm a speed reader, so I will always turn everything up to max as far as dialogue goes. I want the whole thing to appear immediately because it will take me less than half a second to read the entire line anyways. Now, not only does this game not have text speed options, but its default speed is quite painfully slow. So what does text skip do, you ask? Well, I press A, it shows the rest of the line. Well, it's only one more click now to get the whole line. No, it's not one more click. You have doubled my click count. How many lines of dialogue do you suppose are in the fucking game? You've just asked me to press A that many more additional fucking times. Thanks for your shitty user experience design. Way to go. That's fucking asinine. Yeah, that is a mortal fucking sin as far as user experience goes. There is no reason in this day and age not to have text speed options.
On the western edge of the Far East, lies a peaceful country of spirit mediums and mystery.
Hey Stevens, how are you?
The kingdom of Khura'in. But now, the flames of revolution are threatening to consume it whole.
We're back in Hoshido.
But things like revolt and revolution were the furthest things from my mind when I first arrived in this land.
Hey Onirius, how are you? Fire right the Phoenix emblem. See what I mean by the text speed? Here in Khura'in, death is not the end. Even after death, the soul lives on in the Twilight Realm. And priestesses can commune with the spirits of the dead. Fear not death. In the name of the Holy Mother, fear only the impurities of your soul. This blight on my soul. I'll have the child take the blame. Yeah, beep, 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 beep. Gonna get a lot of that. Can you tell how much I'm twitching from the text speed so far? Shirtless Jesus is back. Oh, good God. Alright, well, since I'm gonna have to do a fuckload of VO for the run today, what are we gonna voice Phoenix with? Hey, Skibble, how are you? How's your day treating you? Hey, Kaito Mantis, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney's Spirit of Justice, which just released today. I've had it for longer, but it was embargoed until midnight last night, so... CareLevelZero sounds best. Awesome voice. Jackman. Jackman Zero. Phoenix is the paragon of justice. Would say justice, but that's more appropriate for another man who was justice name. Ah, yes, Apollo Justice. Right. Well, all right. Let's go casual me then for Phoenix Wright. We'll save Jackman for the appropriate justice. Oh, finally here. So this is the kingdom of Khura'in, huh? What a long trip. I wonder how many hours I was in the air. Well, just look at this place. What's a Jackman? Jackman is the embodiment of justice. He's a character from Lost Dimension who is just so absolutely wonderfully magnificent. We've carried renditions of his voice into many other games. Yes, his lines were amazing. It's Checkmate America. Jackman. Freaking tourists. Hey, Rimsec, welcome back. Get a load of this street. Really feels like I'm in another world here. And that gorgeous temple. I heard that's the center of town. Wow, an ox right in the middle of the street. I have to get a picture of that. Excuse me, sir. I wonder what kind of bird that is. I've never seen anything like it. Should have known that I played Lost Dimension. Fuck yeah! Twice, actually. We streamed it twice back to back. Once to finish it, and then once again for True Ending. And we lucked out and we did get True Ending in just 2 goes. That's quite a crest it has on its head. Excuse me, sir. What? Oh, yes? Pardon me, but are you Mr. Wright? Yes, that's right. I'm right. Right is me. Oops. Hope he hasn't been trying to get my attention all this time. Wait a minute, are you... That's right. I'll be your guide, at your service. I'll be your guide. Now there's a name. I'm a monk in training at Temple, and I'll be your guide around town. It's very nice to meet you. Happy. Stop hitting us. Smack. Yes, I'll be your guide. The second you say it out loud, you're like, oh. Happy what now? Happy. That's how we greet people here in Khura'in. It's like hello, or how do you do? Pretty handy expression to know. Okay, let me give it a try. Hello, I'm Phoenix Wright. Happy. Beyond Triss level. My name is Phoenix Wright, and I run a small law office. Well, that's what I do back home anyway. Right now I'm just a traveler, a stranger in a strange land. These are Dragon Quest level puns. Welcome to our country. Welcome to the Kingdom of Khura'in, a land of spirit mediums and mystery, and probably a few trials. This is for you. To celebrate your arrival. Umbasa to you too, little man. Ha! That's one thing that never really turned into a meme because Demon Souls was just not as well known as Dark Souls. Speaking of mystery, what is this mysterious green lump exactly? Allow me to explain. This is a famous Khura'inese sweet bun. It's called a magataman, or soul bun. It's shaped like a Magatama. It's so yummy it'll send your soul right to the Twilight Realm. Hey, Venom Bite. Umbasa Harambe. Oh, for fuck's sake. That doesn't exactly make me eager to try it. Thanks. I think I'll indulge later. That'll be 20 damas. Thank you for your patronage. I have to pay? I always have plenty of these on hand, so just let me know if you ever want any more. No wonder his bag looks so heavy. It's stuffed with all the tools of his trade, which is what exactly, other than apparently scamming? Oops, I almost forgot to tell you something really important. It's about Miss Maya. She can't come see you for a few days yet. Oh, that answers your question, Venom Bite? Yeah, when I called her from the airport, she said she was still training up in the mountains. I told her I'd wait for her here. Either way, I was glad to hear she's in good spirits. Maya Fey. She's a spirit medium who used to work as my assistant. Their models are actually pretty reasonable. I'm looking at even just the kind of blown up one that I use for specifically streaming out. They still actually look pretty good. Oh, hang on. Had a coffee already. It's been that kind of day. But you guys see what I mean about the text speed. It's not as prevalent an issue right now because I'm reading everything out in case people are lurking. But me personally playing it, well, there's new VO to listen to and I'm a speed reader, so going crazy. Is it Budweiser? No, it's Dr. Pepper, sorry. I came all the way out here to celebrate the end of her ascetic training with her. Albie, this is my first time in this country, so I'll be counting on you, okay? You got it, sir. Please don't hesitate if you need anything at all. Maya was right when she told me I could leave everything in your capable hands. Have a good lurk, SLA. Aw, shucks, she said that? That sure was nice of her. I had a chance to show Miss Maya around a little bit, too. Now, there's one person Maya was worried about, it's me. Because we both know trouble likes to follow you wherever you go, she said. Dr. Pepper in the lab coat like it. Exactly, Rimsec! Thank you! Hey, mister. I am a mad scientist. It's so cool! Son of a bitch. I fucking love Steins Gate. I was wearing this actually before I ever started watching Steins Gate, but... Tom Maverick, what's up? Why is it on my face? You could say I lost a bet. I pretty much lost a bet. Yeah. End result of HoboCast. We don't shave for the whole month. Let it all grow. And chat bit on what to do with it after the fact. I'm stuck in Happy Chops this whole week. Next week, I'm stuck with just a mustache. The week after that, I have to shave everything off and keep it that way for a week. After that, I can actually go back to my proper facial hair, which is the total inversion of this. Only here, not here. Lost multiple bets. Pretty much. How are you, TNT? Dr. Pepper in a lab coat sounds like slang from an anime your friend likes. Steins Gate. That girl worries too much. You sure came early to the party, Mr. Wright, sir. I mean, Miss Maya won't be done with her training for another 2 weeks. Ugh. I hate to admit it, but I came early because I was worried about her, too. Oh, well, you know. I thought I'd get in a little sightseeing first. Oh, sightseeing? Well, I'm your man for that. I'll show you all the best sights this country has to offer. Thanks. That'll be great. I guess Albie takes his job very seriously. Well, what are we waiting for? The sights are going to see themselves. Yikes, you don't have to shove. First stop, Temple, right here in the center of town. Drama from the drama teacher? Ha ha. Go figure. There's something there I really want to show you. Did I watch F-Zero for Persona 5 yet? Yeah. Classy stuff. We'll actually be doing an unboxing of the 20th anniversary limited edition later this month. For P5. April 23rd, 4:45 p.m. Temple Plaza. Ah, it's even more impressive up close. Allow me to explain. This is the heart of our town, Temple. It was created by the founder of Khura'inism, the Holy Mother herself. I'm training right here at this temple to be a monk someday. Or rather, the people of this country are all adherents of Khura'inism. According to my guidebook, it's a religion in which ancestral spirits are venerated. Holy Mother was a great spirit medium who could commune with our ancestors' souls. Oh, wrong voice. Albie again. And spirit mediums became queen to this day, direct descendants of the Holy Mother. The spirit medium rules the entire country, huh? Talk about power and influence. The main thing you'll want to see when you come to Temple is the Dance of Devotion rite. The Dance of Devotion takes place twice, once in the morning and once in the afternoon. This dance, along with the Song of Ceremony, is performed in offering to the Holy Mother. The Dance of Wait. I'm not pressing anything, it's actually just doing that on its own now. Apparently he just goes off on a tangent, so the text just kind of carries itself along. Hold it, slow down. I can't remember all of that at once. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I got a little overexcited. Anyway, the main thing I got from all that is that you really, really love your country. Well, that's sure true. I like this kid. He pours his heart into everything he does. Animations are pretty solid. That shows your speed reading. I can read it. Just can't speak it at the same time at that speed. Can I make a YouTube channel and do reviews on anime games, JRPGs, MMOs? Dude, Dom, dude. See link. Let's see. I guess I just explained about half of what I usually explain. So I'll give you a special discount and only charge you 10 Damas for the tour fee. Thank you for your patronage. I guess he pours his heart into aggressive salesmanship, too. Speaking of guys, did you know... Gotta think of it, Miss Maya told me she could tell I love my country, too. We stood here for about an hour while I told her all about the Holy Mother. I'm a tiny bit brainwashed. Really? An hour? Hope that counted as patience training. Oh, you didn't know, Tom? Yeah, it's, I upload the VODs there bit by bit. Stuff that I've done press reviews for goes up faster. Those are usually, about an hour a piece split into, or I should say 4 hours a piece split into 4 one-hour parts. And she seemed really interested, too. She listened to my whole speech. Huh. That doesn't sound like the Maya I know. Miss Maya's so kind and nice. She treats me really well, like a little brother. She's kind of like a big sister to me. This is Maya Fey you're talking about, right? Well, maybe she's grown up since I last saw her. Really sounds like more of a Kong to me, but whatever. No, no! What's the matter? Is it that time already? We have to hurry into the temple right away. And first, let me give you this lyrics card for the Song of Ceremony I told you about. There's an English translation of the lyrics there too, so give it a read, okay? Let's go! Why the big rush? If we don't hurry, we'll miss the beginning of her benevolence's Dance of Devotion! Kira, Kira, sparkle, sparkle. Clang, clang, Nora's attacking! Their benevolence? Always down for some more 2D. I'm reminded of Nuiko. And that sounds a whole lot like the original Ghost in the Shell soundtrack. Have a good 99 title. What, no one joked you were the ocean's gray waves after all the fucking Hoshido Nor jokes? I'm kind of disappointed.
I'll be your guide. You're under arrest for treason.
April 24th, 10:10 a.m. High Court of Khura'in. Accused lobby. I don't know what the lobby did and what we're accusing it of. Let me in. Why won't you let me in? Because you're a foreigner. What business could you have with this court? I told you, my friend is on trial in there. The police raided the temple in the middle of the dance performance yesterday. And arrested Albie on suspicion of treason. I was worried about Albie, so I just had to come see his trial. A trial isn't a tourist attraction, so clear off. Wow, people like to slap you a lot in this. That's just the impression I get with every one of those effects. You want a picture for your scrapbook? Take one of me and get out of here. Well, to be fair, he is posed pretty damn photogenically. Let's just get one of those for the get one of those for posterity, shall we, sir? Look, you've got it all wrong. That's great. Well, I guess there's only one thing to do. I think I'm turning Khura'inese. Sir, I'm a lawyer. Yes, I'm a foreigner, but I'm not your average foreigner. I have no soul because I'm a lawyer. What? I'm actually a lawyer. Back at home, anyway. Shh, don't tell anyone. What? A lawyer? I can't... That's not possible. Wow, I like the sweat animation. That's a nice touch. What's he so shocked about? Niece's finger isn't on triggers and proper handling this game? Yes! Actually, you're quite correct. That's a really nice bit of attention to detail. Never put your finger on the trigger unless you're actually intending to shoot. Well, whatever. Now's my chance. Nothing wrong with a lawyer entering the courtroom. Right by! Wait, get back here, you. A lawyer? Human rights? What the hell's that? So this is a Khura'inese courtroom. Wait, isn't that her benevolence? What's she doing here in court? The divination seance has been performed. I will now hand down my verdict against the accused. Bitch, you're guilty. What? A verdict already? The trial only just started. Guilty? There's gotta be some kind of mistake. Please take another look. Seances performed by Princess Arefa are infallible. They show only the truth. What right do you have to question her abilities? But I didn't... Oh my god, that hair! That dude shines from... Okay, I was gonna say that dude shines from head to toe, but I was kind of stopped dead by the fact that his mouth animations are actually pretty good! That's actually some really nice work. A little bit stylized, obviously, but that's... Sorry, that actually jumped out at me more than his outfit. I used to do a lot of work in cinematic design, specifically face effects, conversations, facial expressions, so stuff like that kind of jumps out at me. But I think I may have just found my new role model. I like this guy already. But what kind of voice? His name's Payne. Please tell me it's not Max Payne. Ladies and gents, I need a voice. What is our voice? Hey, Newton. Sure you haven't come here a long time, so you're pretty sure you remember the mustache? Yeah, well, I'm only stuck with this. This is just this week. Next week, this goes away, becomes just mustache. Week after that, it all goes away. Screechy, typically whiny, Weasley. No, it's your generic weasel guy. Oh, it's frog voice. British voice. Ozma. Smeagol.
Oh, would you straight up give him the Smeagol treatment? He does look like the kind of person.
Well, a few good options in there. Oh, I'm gonna hit the retweet while I'm thinking about it. Help me raise some noise and signal boost, please. This game actually still doesn't have a an English name on Twitch, so I had to file it under its Japanese name instead. Or Elvis. We should become a voice actor. Thinking about getting Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Is it worth getting even when you're sick? What do you mean even when you're sick? Mirage Sessions was solid. Like, it's one of the better JRPGs I've played in a while. It's a really smooth play, pretty much top to bottom. It handles really well. I like that. Visually, it's very, very bright and popish, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's kind of an interesting change of pace. But from a gameplay perspective, it's very, very clean, very polished. All right, should we just... You know what, I'll put it to a vote. Where's my bot? Bot's gonna help me vote. Let's see. Poll. I think our options are going to wind up being the, we'll go Smeagol, we'll go Ozma, and, I feel like I need something suitably Weasley to throw in there, but I haven't really done a Weasley voice in a long time that wasn't Ozma. No, I don't think I have anything else, so we'll leave it on Ozma and Smeagol then. Alright, go. Vote 1 for Ozma, and vote 2 for Smeagol. Let's see what we wind up with. Oh, poor Smeagol not getting any love today.
he's saddened by this.
To be fair, it will be easier on my voice to not do that, but whatever. Suffer for the style. So fun random fact, both of the times that other people put representations of me into Bioware games, one in Dragon Age Origins Awakening, a vendor, and one as an ad on the Citadel in Mass Effect 2. For whatever reason, both of those people gave the NPCs happy chops. I have no idea why. "30 seconds left." Well, the game at least didn't seem to waste any time getting to, just getting straight to something interesting. We walked up a street, into a temple, watched somebody dance, and then cops. Alright, Ozma takes it then. Gotta lubricate the pipes. Voice 12, oh god. Isn't it ironic that you, a devout adherent of Khura'inism, would dare doubt her insights? Non-believers will only be met with suffering in the Twilight Realm, you know. But I didn't do it. Your benevolence, allow me to explain, I beg of you. Be silent, impudent whelp. Hey, Tortoise, how are you, Ben? There is no merit to be had in indulging the ramblings born of a criminal's unclean soul. But... yeah, the bot doesn't actually have a P.E.K.K.A, but I see that freaking emote in here from TNT so much. What in the world is going on here? Judge made his ruling based on something called a divination seance? What is Albie's attorney doing? Wait a minute. Where is Albie's attorney? Why is this happening? I didn't do anything wrong. Foolish child. Doubting the divination seance is tantamount to doubting the Holy Mother herself. I love that sound. Your Majesty, as royal priestess and in the name of the Holy Mother, I command you. Snotty Jackman. Wow, that would certainly be a thing. Impose the highest penalty against this unclean soul. As you command, so shall it be done, your benevolence. May her holiness grant us her divine favor. Urdihara Khura'in.
Objection!
There it is. What? There it is. Wait just one moment. Here. Ugh, me and my big mouth. Now what? That facial expression. I want that as an emote, damn it. Hey, Azrael, how's it going? Mr. Wright? Well, I'm in it now, so I have to do this right. Your Honor, it's too soon to give your verdict. This trial has only been underway for a few minutes. Excuse me? Who on earth are you? I'm... well... the an ordinary tourist, Your Honor. Just passing through. Ah, a tourist, are you? Hapiraki. But more importantly, where is this boy's defense attorney? Defense attorney? Whatever are you talking about? He doesn't need a defense attorney. Wait, what? Of course you wouldn't be aware, being a foreigner and all. We have no need for defense attorneys here in the kingdom of Khura'in. We leave it all up to her benevolence's sacred power of spirit communion. Her divination seances determine all. What? Surely you see how unfair that is. What kind of insane court system are they running here? We haven't seen his last name yet, Onirius. Or if that's his first or last. You would dare mock me, you barb-headed buffoon. If you value your life, you will leave post-haste. Or shall I summon the bailiff? You know, the guy outside with the assault rifle? The bailiff is that big scary dude with the big scary gun, isn't he? I'm sure he would be happy to oblige you with a bullet or two as a souvenir of your travels. Well, the cost of an arm and a leg, no doubt. Now hold on, Mr. Wright has nothing to do with any of this. I'll be. I appreciate what you're trying to do, Mr. Wright, but never mind about me. You just go ahead and go see Miss Maya. But forget about me. You have to go now. I'm sure you can find another guide. There were lots more places I wanted to show you. Looks like I won't get a chance now. I'm sorry. Poor kid. He's trying to put on a brave face, but look how terrified he is. What can I do? What should I do? Well, do we stay here and defend not knowing anything about their court system, or do we go and actually find someone who might know something about things going on here who can possibly get us into the court system? What do you think, folks? I suppose the question is, in the time it takes us to find her, what will they do to him? Defend. Screw defending him. Beat it. You guys are so friendly. Oh, what the hell, we're here. Let's hold our ground. I can't just let a verdict be handed down with nobody standing in Albie's corner. If Albie doesn't have a defense attorney, then I'll do it. I'll defend him. Defend him? You can't be serious. You hear that? Is he out of his mind? Heaven forbid. Defend me? Mr. Wright, what are you saying? You can't do that. I most certainly can. Don't worry, I'm quite used to tackling all sorts of trials. Besides, can you imagine how furious Maya would be if I let anything happen to you? Mr. Wright. You're but a naive tourist ignorant of our ways. If you are smart, you will heed my advice. Do not pursue this matter any further. Looks like defending somebody is easier said than done in this country. Bailiff, throw this man out. Your Majesty, if you please. You have something to say, Mr. Payne? Just like the way he taps his hair. Why not allow it, Your Majesty? Why not have him defend the accused? It could prove very interesting, right, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Right, Mr. whoever you are. Prosecutor, are you acquainted with this traveler? That's Chief Prosecutor, Your Majesty. And yes, I am acquainted with him. He's a defense attorney from my native land. I've had dealings with him in the courtroom before. Really, heavens to Betsy. Heavens to Murgatroyd. What? Mr. Wright? You're a defense attorney? A defense attorney? Well, this is a shock. You may be surprised to hear that I have more than 10 years of experience. I guess there aren't all that many lawyers around here. It's the same dude, so this is... Oh. Gasp in pain. Your Majesty, would you kindly allow us to proceed in the manner of my old country? Oh, Mr. Payne, I've already made a ruling in this case. Wow, that's actually a really good animation. Call it nostalgia if you will, but I'm most eager to give it a try. I have a previous engagement, you see. A class together with the missus. Your Majesty, I agree we should have a whack at it. It sounds amusing. A score of years have passed since we last saw a defense attorney in this courtroom. A score? As in 20 years? What's the deal with this country? I can't hear that sound without thinking of Fatal Frame. Mr. Payne, I want that barbed head brought to me on a stick. As you wish, Your Benevolence. I, Chief Prosecutor Payne, will see to it myself. Very well, Mr. Payne. If that is what you and Her Benevolence want, I will acquiesce. As for the defense, I hope you're prepared for every eventuality. Every eventuality? What is he talking about? There. Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Yes. Thank you, Mr. Payne. And sorry for not remembering you earlier. That's a Chief Prosecutor, or the Incredible Payne, as I'm also known in this country. And you'll see soon enough just why that is. When you're forced to capitulate to me before this very court of law. Why is he so strangely confident? Not only that, but... what's with the gallery? Just you watch, the defense attorney will try and twist the truth. You can bet on it. This is way more lawyer hate than even back home. Now, if you would please give your opening argument once again, Mr. Payne. Certainly, Your Majesty. The accused is charged with 2 crimes, larceny and murder. Yesterday, the Founder's Orb was stolen from the treasure room of Temple. In addition to the theft, 2 other things were discovered in the treasure room. The dead body of Mr. Patrol, a Temple security guard, and the empty treasure box that has the orb, which Mr. Roll was in charge of guarding. We believe that Mr. Roll was murdered by the thief who stole the treasure. What's up, Strong? How are ya? To kill a guard armed with a gun. What a terrifyingly bold act. I couldn't agree more, Your Majesty. Please allow me to submit as evidence the victim's autopsy report and crime photo. Roll's autopsy report added to the court record. Time of death is around noon. Head shows signs of being hit with a blunt object. Crime photo. Temple's treasure room. Body was discovered at the base of the stairs to the altar. It's been a long time since we had evidence presented in court as well. It's kind of refreshing, actually. Hey, Igni, how's it going? We may rely on the power of the seances, but our police still carry out investigations. Thus, any proof I provide is indisputable. Oh, really? Well, forgive me if I don't just take your word for it. I can check the evidence out myself by looking at them in the court record. We'll see just how thorough you and your police were, Mr. Payne. Such a deplorable crime. The audacity of stealing the sacred treasure of Her Holiness, our founding mother. It's a crime that strikes at the very heart of our nation. Exactly, Your Majesty. We mustn't let the culprit get away with these heinous deeds. That is such a good animation. Indeed, such deeds are best described as treason against the crown. Is this treasure really such a valuable object? How can you even ask such a thing? Of course it is. Why, sealed within this treasure is the very soul, the Mitama of the Holy Mother. Her soul is sealed within the treasure. I think I'll take that with a grain of salt. You don't believe it, do you? Of course I believe it! Something tells me I'd be better play along. This kind of irreverence is exactly why I dislike defense attorneys so much. Your Honor, Your Majesty? What is it now? This treasure. I've never seen it, so it's a little hard for me to imagine. Can I see a photo of it or something? Of all the outlandish requests, you defense attorneys are truly beyond the pale. He's been getting awfully angry with me. Are those veins popping out of his forehead? It's forbidden for anyone outside the royal family to view the treasure itself. They say that anyone without the proper spiritual power would be blinded instantly. And that is why the average person has never seen the treasure, Mr. Wright. I guess there are national treasures that are off limits to the public back home, too. For the benefit of the shamelessly uninformed defense, let me share this newspaper article. It includes photos taken about 8 years ago when the treasure was unearthed. These are the only public photos of the outer box in existence. Apparently they don't do color photography here. What's more, the treasure box only leaves the temple's treasure room but once a year. For a special New Year's rite that takes place at the palace. Therefore, this treasure box has only ever been seen by a handful of people. Alright, treasure box. Forced open and its contents stolen, the average person can only see it in this newspaper article. Hey Argentum, how are you? I hear there's been a string of thefts lately of historic artifacts from the temple. Right, Your Majesty. Inexcusable thievery of precious national treasures for personal gain. And the culprit is the accused. So he used his position as monk in training to get his hands on the treasure, is that it? The accused's family is by no means wealthy. To help with family finances, he works as a tour guide in addition to his ascetic training. He's gonna say... I was half expecting him to just say, yep, he's guilty. Thank you for giving an excellent outline of the case, Mr. Payne. Now then, no more questions from the defense, I presume? What? No, I do have questions. Even more? You just asked a bunch. I'll make it snappy. My class starts in just a few short minutes. What? He's still planning on going to that thing? There's still a lot I don't know about the case. I should ask now while I have the chance. Let's see. What else do I need to know more about? The crime scene, the weapon, and the motive. Well, let's start with the crime scene. Oh, the animations are great. Mr. Payne, where did the crime take place? What? As I already stated, it was in the treasure room of the temple. Oops, that's right. Okay, I wanted to know more about it, not... Well, have you even been paying attention? These lying lawyers, not only do they lack morals, but memory too. He apparently has all the brain power of a barnyard chicken, Your Majesty. That explains why he has a crest like a rooster. No matter where I go in the world, the insults are always the same. Your Majesty, please let me try again. Okay, well in that case, we'll assume that what they've actually told me about the weapon is already covered, so we'll just go with the motive. Nope, Venom, I've never played any of them. So we're gonna find out if someone new to the series can actually come in at this point, or if you're pretty much locked out if you haven't been playing before. What do you claim was the defendant's motive? Mr. Payne has already explained that. He wanted to sell the treasure in order to help his family with living expenses. Oh yeah, guess it slipped my mind. Come on, I want more information on this stuff, not the stuff that they've already told me. So it's true what they say about lawyers never listening to anyone but themselves. My apologies, Your Majesty. Please let me give it one more try. Very well, if you must. Mr. Payne, what was the murder weapon? The murder weapon was the treasure box itself. The empty treasure box left at the scene had a large blood stain on it. Oh, there's also a lot of blood on the dude's hand. How utterly reprehensible, using the sacred treasure box for murder. The accused came to the treasure room with the express purpose of stealing the treasure. He climbed the altar stairs and snatched the box, ready to abscond with the treasure. But he was discovered by Mr. Roll, Patrol, who had come to the room in the course of his rounds. After walloping Mr. Roll in the head with the treasure box, the accused forced the bloodied housing open and made off with the treasure inside. Treasure box updated, murder weapon off limits to public, contents stolen. The defendant is just a little boy. I hardly think you'd be able to hit the victim, a grown man, on the head. Though to be fair, you could argue that if he's higher up the stairs when it happens, he could be head height to make the swing. There is that. But, every time you come back, you get a real shock from the stash. Yeah, honestly, every time I like walk by the mirror, I forget that this is a thing, and then I walk by the mirror, I'm like, oh right, yeah, that, ha. Ah, a very good point, Mr. Wright, but I'm afraid that won't help you. At the time of the crime, the accused was on the stairs leading up to the altar. The accused's elevated position would more than make up for their difference in stature. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Hey, ZTZ, how's it going? Mr. Payne, your reasoning is flawless. What an elegant argument. Hats off to you, Chief Prosecutor. Your title is obviously well-earned. Well, the accused's guilt is certainly conclusive. Unless there's anything else, I am ready to announce my verdict. Very well, in that case, I find the accused... Just one moment, Your Majesty. Don't you think you're rushing the verdict just a little bit? I told you, I have plans to attend and screaming. I'm late, it's already started. How did the time fly by so fast? He's still stuck on that. We haven't even heard the defendant's side of the story yet. Your Majesty, the defense asserts its right to cross-examine the defendant. To what now? Huh? Did I say something funny? Cross-examine the... What do you mean by that? What? What do you mean, what do I mean? I seem to have some dim recollection of the process, but I can't quite recall. And a little wonder, a so-called defendant hasn't been questioned in over 20 years. Should I even be surprised anymore? Anyway, I demand we let the defendant, or the accused, tell his side of the story. Is that really necessary? Of course it's necessary, Your Majesty. What harm could it do? I say we allow the boy to speak, Your Majesty. No, I doubt he'll have anything of relevance to say. Pat, pat, pat my hair. Oh, how kind of you, Your Royal Payne-ness. Very well. As long as it's okay with you, Mr. Payne. I'm already hopelessly late for my class anyway. In that case, the prosecution calls the accused back to the witness stand. Oh, but before we do, I'd better call my wife and apologize for missing that class. Any objections? Go for it, Your Majesty. Yes, honey? You won't believe what's going on. The damnedest thing's happening in court today. There's a lawyer here. I know. It's incredible. Who would have believed it? Yeah, I can't make it to class. Sorry. You like the stash, Rimsec? Yeah, and this is the inversion of my normal. I normally just have a goatee, not all this. Accused, state your name and occupation again if you would. I'll be your guide. I'm in training to be a monk, and I'm a tour guide too.
Why me?
Now, where were we? Cross-examining the defendant, Your Majesty. Right. Let's do that then. Now, the defense attorney's insistence, I might add. He sounds a little dispirited. His wife must have given him a piece of her mind. Well, the defense had better get to it. Make it quick, if you please. The defense? Mr. Wright, I didn't know you were a lawyer. Well, I am, and I'm here to defend you, Albie. Don't worry. All you have to do is tell the truth, and you'll be all right. You tricked me. What? If I knew you were a lawyer, I wouldn't have given you that tour. Give back that Megataman I gave you yesterday. Albie, what's gotten into you? Yes, his name is I'll be your guide. Albie, your guide. Everyone's name is a fucking pun. Have you anyone with the ability to crow appeared? Oh. Don't talk to me, you disgust me. Now even Albie's against me. Why? This must be a new experience for you, Mr. Wright, being loathed by a client. Now then, accused, please give the court your testimony. The incident occurred around noon, during the break between the morning and afternoon dances of devotion. I want you to tell the court what you were doing around that time. All right. Witness testimony. The accused's account. I didn't kill Mr. Roll and I didn't steal the treasure. I'm not allowed to go anywhere near the treasure room. I've never even seen that treasure box with the green Khura'in's butterfly on it. Well, there's no... Interesting, so he has seen it. Because there's no color. Okay. When the incident happened, I was in the hallway planning out my tour route. Were you well acquainted with the victim? Yes. He used to chat with me whenever we ran into each other in the temple. Mr. Roll was a monk in training when he was a kid too, you know? I bet Albie looked up to him. He had to give that up and go to work when his family needed money. That's why he became a guard. At least that way he could still stay on at the temple. I'm curious about the blood that was actually on the guard's hand. I'm guessing he actually tried to steal it. He was so proud when he was put in charge of guarding the treasure box. He even got to carry the box to the palace for the New Year's rite. Yep, Pat Roll, the patrolling security. The victim's parents apparently both died relatively young. So Mr. Roll had to support his younger brothers and sisters as well. But even with his job as a security guard, I'm sure things couldn't have been easy for him. It sounds like his circumstances and Albie's were very similar. Mr. Roll encouraged me to never give up. Albie, you train hard and make sure you become a monk one day. Don't end up like me, he'd say. He was always cheering me on in my training and in my tour guide business, too. Why in the world would I kill a nice man like that? Yes, I see. You expressed yourself well. Defense, now that you've heard the accused's account, are you finally satisfied? Or your name usually dictates your occupation. Oh. If so, let's draw this to an expeditious conclusion. But, Your Majesty, I haven't even cross-examined the defendant yet. That wasn't the end of it? It's been so long I don't rightly recall what this cross-examining thing is all about. A judge who doesn't know what a cross-examination is? What fresh hell is this? I really do wish I could remember how it works. Should I give the judge a refresher on cross-examination? Might as well! I guess I'd better or we'll never get anywhere. Your Majesty, please allow me to explain the procedure. First, we lawyers listen carefully to a witness's testimony. Then we touch present, R, to open the court record and examine the evidence. And why would you do that? This is actually a really, really good way to work in your tutorial. Much, much better than what I typically see. Define and present X any evidence that's inconsistent with the statements given. Present? I certainly don't need any gifts from you. Clearly, something is getting lost in translation with His Majesty. The point is, it's possible that his statement could contain a lie or a mistake. But what do you do if you can't find any inconsistencies in a witness's testimony? In that case, we may press L, the witness for more information. Pressing a statement might reveal new information or even entirely new statements. Presenting evidence is one thing, but pressing witnesses? Sounds lewd. Have you no defense that I do not allow violence in my courtroom? Rest assured, only gentle verbal pressure is used, no physical force is involved. Well, I'm not convinced. After all, who knows what sort of tactics an attorney will resort to? One false move and I'll call the bailiff. Yeah, something's definitely getting lost in there. For now, I should just focus all my energy on questioning Albie. And comparing his statements with the information in the court record.